Hey guys, so let's wipe that a bit. I had a ton of questions on the Royals. A lot of it's for next year actually. So I just thought I'd just check in quickly with a couple of them and see what the energy is around them. Okay, so let's just start with Kate going forward. Let's just have a quick look and just see as a whole, how is her year going to go, especially in the public eye. How's 2023 going to be for Kate? How's Princess Kate? How's 2023 going to go? Let me move all this stuff out of the way. 2023, quick energy overview. Wow. Really, really strong cards here for her. Really strong cards going ahead. So, actually, this is probably going to be a really long reading and my battery is dying, so I may need to stop at some point and charge my phone and go back on. First of all, we had the Empress. This is literally the card of, they do say it's the fertility card as well, but here it's more about, it's about fertility, abundance, the harvest card. I feel she's going to be involved in some of her own personal charities that are going to take off. Now, I don't know what she's involved with at the moment, but it's almost like something that I'm hearing standalone. So something she will run like a standalone charity under her name in particular. Solo project, I'm kind of getting the sense. So it'd be a solo project that's really, really going to take off for her. Now, Four of Wands again. This can come up as the marriage card as well, guys. The marriage to stability, happiness card. So overall, a strong family unit there. That's a really, really good card to come up as well. It means a lot of stability around her, feeling happy in her family life as well with her husband and her kids. That's a great card. Interesting, because the Queen of Cups used to come up as Diana a lot, because it is a water sign. It comes up as my card as well at times, Queen of Cups. Very emotional, very empathic people, very intuitive, very sensitive, very caring. The mother card, the nurturing card, natural mothers basically. And when I mean natural mothers, I mean natural caregivers. Even to people their own age, they can be mothering. So this is coming up as well. And it's almost like a bit like the Prince of Diana vibe, as in, like the Queen of Hearts thing coming in for her. I'm hearing solo performance. I have no idea I'm hearing the word performance because I don't think it's like an act as such or anything like that. But I'm hearing solo performance. And I feel, again, it's more she's going off on her own with her own charities, okay? And this is going to be linked to the charity. Seen as the Queen of Hearts in a way. A second coming. So I do feel in the media you're going to have some comments like, obviously there's only one Princess Diana. But I do think the media are going to portray her coming up as this year as like the second coming of the Queen of Hearts, that kind of thing, that kind of energy coming through about her, okay? Right. Let's look at the last card I picked for her, which is another amazing, amazing card, because the Nine of Pentacles, it means a very confident woman going into their own, okay? Being their own businesswoman in a lot of senses as well, running her own story, okay? So not letting other people control the narrative. She's going to do what she wants to do when it comes to certain charities and who she wants to work with. And it will be with who she feels very strongly connected to. So I don't feel like, apparently some charities are served up on a plate to the royals. And what I mean is they will have certain charities they want to work with. And I'm hearing some people will be lumped with them. And when I mean lumped with them, honestly, any charitable work is good, but some of the royals, particularly in the past, would rather focus on their own charities rather than what's been given to them. It's almost like I'm hearing a handout, actually, which is quite interesting. But she's pretty much going to see certain things and say, I am working with this, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, this also comes across as a woman dressed in the finest clothes, extremely stylish, very confident, and it's usually the card of wealth as well. It's a very rich merchant woman, very confident, very beautiful, dressed in the best clothes. So I do feel style-wise as well, she's going to be pushing the boundaries more. Now, I don't mean she's going to go completely way out there, but you may see things like some of the jewelry she wears will be a bit out there or unexpected of her. But overall, it's almost like pushing the boundaries slightly, but not so much that it's going to be in the paper like, oh my God, But overall, the energy for her, it looks like it's going to be a really strong year for her. A really, really positive year for her there, okay? Now, let's have a look at Charles. I do worry about Charles. Remember I did a reading not too long ago and I said he's going to have he's going to say something or something's going to be heard and it's going to take off in the paper and it's going to divide some of the younger generation, should I say, that says it's out of, the things he's saying are out of date, even though he's quite progressive for a royal and he was in his, in his younger years as well, he was known for that. I still feel there's going to be something coming out about him that's going to shake some people up the wrong way big time. And it's almost like, it's pretty much about, I don't know if you've seen The Crown at the moment, about there's an episode, we're not saying this actually happened, guys, but there was an episode about Charles saying the Queen is old-fashioned in her values and he would like to take over as king sooner. This is just what, by the way, all for entertainment purposes only. I'm not saying this happened, okay? But it's almost like that same kind of vibe coming from some of the younger generations saying that he's too old-fashioned, he's not progressive for us, we want the young king to come in sooner. So I do feel there's going to be a bit of an outcry there. Now let's just see his year going forward. I just feel kind of tense and anxious about his year going forward because he's still grieving for his mum. Oh no. He's definitely going to be putting the work in. Oh yeah, there's the grieving card. I think that's Camilla coming in to help him out. Yep. Okay. So the Two of Swords pretty much means, I do hear a backlash here. It is almost like a painful decision. It's either going one way or the other. It's like a choice to make. Now, I'm not saying he's going to give up the throne or anything like that, but it's almost like I said, it's almost like a division with something he's going to say or do. It's going to be divided and it's going to be painful. So I do feel something's going to come up there in the media that's going to, some kind of backlash against him. Now, not everyone's going to feel the same, okay? But I do feel some would rather have William take over, okay? He is going to be working his butt off. He's going to be working super, super hard, okay? He really wants to prove himself. The Knight of Pentacles means really, really working solidly. He has an end goal in mind. He really wants to get the nation back on track. He's willing to put in the hard work. This is a card which means they're willing to work super, super hard to achieve what they want to achieve. So he's not slacking in any way there. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky again. Remember I said about he's still grieving and I worry about, I felt a bit anxious about him. Because the Four of Cups, this cup is almost like he's king now. He can finally put into practice things he's always wanted to do. But then he's still grieving and looking at the past and everything he's lost as well. And he does feel he's got a lot on his plate. So in a way, this card almost means somebody moping and not completely happy with their situation. And I do feel a lot of this is with the grief as well, with the Queen passing. And he's not looking at the positive that's there. And I feel this is where Camilla comes in, okay? Very creative, charming woman, kind of like, funny actually, I didn't know she'd come up with this card, kind of like the life of the party, fun to be around. And the Empress, which means, again, nurturing, caring. So I feel she's going to be coming in and he's going to be getting these moods where he feels quite low and depressed, and she's going to be coming in to kind of, not in a Queen of Cups way, which is really nurturing and mothering, more like kind of suck it up, look at what you've got. More strong there with the way she speaks to him. Kind of like, come on, let's go for a brisk walk. Kind of like just trying to get him out of his head rather than fussing over him too much and rather than coddling him too much. So that was Charles's energy. Let's just see, because I might do a part 2 on William as well. But for the moment, I'm interested to know about Harry as well, because we've done the book. I want to know how it's going to go next year for him. We're not going to do Meghan now, but I want to know about him and Meghan. How is his feelings next year about him and Meghan as a couple? Because I did say I don't see this lasting. Still kind of messy. Still kind of messy. It's just, everything's like, it's just he's really trying to find his way. The Knight of Pentacles does mean he really wants to work on certain projects and charities. And like Charles, he's willing to put the hard work in. But then we have the devil when it's linked to money. So again, there may be some projects he works with, not charitable, but more media kind of stuff, which is more, because the devil's to do with temptation and things like that. So this is almost like a temptation card, money being given to him. So it's almost like, we are going to pay you a lot of money if you do this, or it could be an interview or something like that. So it's almost like doing things for the money rather than common sense, I'm hearing right now. So we kind of got that aspect to it as well, where he's going to be getting deals that are so like too good to be true when it comes to money, and almost too good to turn down. And then we have him working super, super hard again on his own projects and stepping away from that, because the Six of Swords means almost moving away from this energy where I do feel there may be a bit of pressure from the other side, let's say his wife, that he should do certain things, or he should do certain interviews and things. I do feel she wears the trousers, and I feel that's where the temptation and money is going to go in. But in a way, it's almost like he wants to do things solo and prove himself, and in a way he wants to move away slightly from her, because then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is interesting. So I wonder where this is going to go for him, because this is actually learning new skills. This is almost like going like the back to school card. We sometimes say it's the master's card. It's almost like developing on skills you already have. And I did say I didn't say ages ago. I said it like a month ago, that it could be years and years and years to come. But I'm hearing back into the fold. And I had that in the last reading. And I do wonder, I do feel he misses the monarchy. I do feel he has regrets. And I do feel by himself, he's going to be doing his own personal study when it comes to the monarchy going forward, because I do feel in the next, I'm really crap with long-term timing, guys. I usually do readings like for the next 6 months to a year, but I just feel in the longer term, like 7 years plus, he wants to come back into the fold, and he wants to be prepared. He wants to be prepared. And the Two of Wands is looking out at new opportunities as well. So it's not really, it's kind of like a separation year from him and Megan, as in she will be working on her own solo projects. He will be doing his. I do feel he's still going to do some clangers, like interviews he's going to be paid well for, and he could regret it. But overall, that kind of temptation, devil energy is kind of leaving him. And I feel he's going to be, I mean, studying. When it comes to study, I really feel that's going to be a link with the royal family. I do. He's looking for money-making opportunities, but more as in to support himself going forward. So he doesn't want to rely on these Netflix, Oprah interviews, anything like that. He wants to study. He wants to learn new skills. I feel he may even launch a new business by himself next year as well. And Page of Cups is actually a flirty love message as well. But the cards coming through here is more to do with the Justice card, the Kings, trying to win us over, basically. Page of Cups is almost like I'd say a love letter to the nation. He wants justice, because we have the Page of Cups, positive energy going forward when it comes to justice as well for himself. So do you know what amazes me? Guys, I haven't seen I'm a Celeb, but I know Matt Hancock's in it, and I know he's been up for 5-6 challenges. But the weird thing is, if you look at the comments in the papers and like the real people, like the people reading the papers, the people sat at home, the amount of people that support him and say the others are bullying him and well done, Matt. And I'm like, oh my God, how did he manage to turn everyone around in like a couple of weeks? So that's blown my mind. So I really feel Harry is going to be able to turn this around, but I feel it will be him being solo in years to come. I don't feel it's because he's going to be married to her. I feel if he comes back into the fold, it's going to be when he's single again, and I feel he'd only really be accepted back in if he remarries and if he has another child. And I do feel there's a potential for another girl to come in a second marriage, I do. And it's going to be somebody more accepted. As in, they know, I keep hearing they know the lay of the land. They know about royalty, they know the lay of the land. Someone asked me, is he going to marry someone super young, much younger than himself? I don't feel it is. It's going to be someone more like Kate, that's more established. Really random, guys, I just got in my head. You know George Clooney's wife, Amal? Somebody that's, I think she's a lawyer, human rights. It's going to be somebody like that that's very, very established in their own right, working with lots of charitable causes, somebody that's well respected, that would fit in and know the hard work that needs to be done to manage, you know, being in the royal family, put it that way. So I feel that's the only reason, or that's the only way he's going to come back in, because his book's going to be very divided. I think a lot of people are going to be more open to him when they read their book. A lot of other people are still going to want him to apologize, you know, and until he does that, and until he's, to be honest, until he's on his own again, I don't see him coming back into the fold. Also, I saw a few readers, these are big readers, guys, that said Harry at some point could be king because of illness. There could be potential illness in the royal family, let's say that, and he may need to take over. I might do a reading on that at some point because that absolutely blew my mind. And that would have to be years and years away, surely. Years and years away, like 10 years plus. Anyway, that's what I saw. I saw that 2 or 3 times. So wait for the comments I'm going to get on that one, eh? All right. Love you guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.